Okay, we are outside now. We are doing a tour of the Côtes du Rhône, a very famous wine area here, and as we kind of move from the south of France up through the central part. This is actually the home of one of our tour guide's cousins. She was a retired pharmacist from Paris, sold her pharmacy, and bought her home out here. Let's take a look at these olive trees over here. Fresh olives come from, of course, olive trees. And it doesn't get any fresher than this when you walk out into your yard and you can pick olives. You can still see some of the snow on the ground that are remnants of this very unusual winter storm that blew through. But once again, just wanted you to kind of have a look at a 17th century built home and where we've stopped to eat lunch. It's kind of interesting looking at our tour bus parked in the driveway of this very quaint and interesting home. Let's take a look at some of the food now. I'm going to set my plate right here and let's have a look at this in particular. Is salami, and I don't know if you can see this very well, but you can look at those, what we kind of debated on. It looked like maybe olives that were embedded in the salami, but it turns out to be a nut, and more specifically an almond. Look at that, and it's just delicious. An almond in the salmon just makes for great texture, some saltiness, a pop in your mouth. Very delicious. And of course, we have chips. Very similar to the chips that we have in the United States. Light, crispy, but they don't have the same salt content. And of course, the potatoes that they're made from come from Europe as opposed to the US. Look at this little pickle right here. We see these quite often, but the taste is very different. It has a peppery background, and the vinegars have a lot more depth than, say, the normal classic pickles that you would find in your grocery store. We have some rabbit pate. I'm going to lose my chips. Of course, it's always a nice cheese infused with herbs. Quite a mouthful. Quite delicious. Of course, with a heavy meal like this, we're drinking a red wine. I didn't bring that out because I wanted to spend some quality time with you outside this quaint little home in France.